What's up guys, welcome to part 2 of my Mandalorian Fingerstyle tutorial. If you haven't seen part 1, make sure you check that out first. There should be a link on the screen somewhere or down in the description. This is going to be covering the more advanced parts towards the end of the song. So I'll play up to where we got to last time. Okay, so that's what we covered in part 1. Now we're moving on to the next section. Okay, so after those 2 harmonics, we're going back up to this section here. It's exactly the same as when we played it in part 1. Okay, so from here, in the last section, we went like to this pattern, but instead, after you played that chord, we're moving up here now instead. So here I'm barring 3 strings here, the first 3 strings on the 5th fret, and then I've also got my 4th finger up here on the 7th fret on the 3rd string. So if you play the open 6 bass note with those 3 high strings, it should sound like that. Okay, so this entire bar is going to sound like this. Okay, so from that shape, you're going to play those 4 strings, and then the bass note again. We're just going to play the bass note 4 times through this bar. So it's once, and again, and then in between the next bass note, take that finger off, and play those first 3 strings without that finger held on, so it's just the 3 barred here, all on the 5th fret. And then we've got the bass note again, twice. And then you're going to take your 4th finger, add it onto the 8th fret, play that on the 2nd string, followed by the 1st string, which is still held down here on the 5th fret. Okay, so that bar slowly. Okay, next up, you're going to take this bar off, move your finger down to here. So this is on the 1st string, 5th fret, but then you're also going to add your 2nd finger just in front of it on the 6th fret, 1st string. So that's 2 fingers on the 1st fret. And then you've also still got your finger here on the 8th fret, 2nd string. So this bar sounds like this. It might sound a little bit intimidating, but it's just a fairly easy picking pattern. So once you're in this shape, you're going to hit strings 1 and 4, followed by 3 and 2. Then take this 2nd finger off the 1st string. So now you've revealed this finger here, which is also on the 1st string, 5th fret, and you're going to play that one. Okay, so it's okay. From there, you want to add that finger back on to the 6th fret, 1st string, and you're going to pretty much play the same thing again. It's going to be 1 and 4, followed by 3, 2, take that finger off, 1. Okay, so that pattern for the first half of the bar. From there, we're moving to this shape here. Okay, so this is a little bit more difficult. We're barring the 5th fret, the 5 strings, first 5 strings. Then we're going to be playing well, we're going to have the second finger still on the first string on the 6th fret, and we still got our 4th finger here where it was before on the 8th fret, but then also on the 7th fret we've added a new finger here, so that's 3rd finger on the 3rd string, 7th fret. Should sound like that. Once you've got that shape, you're going to hit strings 1 and 5 together, followed by 4, 3, then we've got a little run here. Okay, so let's just remind ourselves what we're playing up till there. Okay, so the run sounds like this. So from this shape here that we just had, we're going to take this 4th finger off and move it down 1 string to the 1st string. That's going to be on the 8th fret. We're going to hit that one, then we're going to lift it up, and we're going to hit the 1st string here on our 2nd finger, which is still on the 6th fret. Then we're going to lift that one up and go down again to the 5th fret also on the 1st string. And then we just move our 4th finger back up here to this 2nd string, 8th fret. Okay, so just practice that a bit. Then we're just going to work that into the section that we're learning. So it comes right at the end of that bar. Okay, so let me just play that whole bar for you. Okay, so that'll take a little bit of practice. Once you get that, as soon as you hit that last note, we're coming straight down here. Okay, so this shape that I'm holding here, I'm on the 1st fret relative to the capo on the 6th string for the bass note, and then on the first 2 strings, I'm on the 1st string 3rd fret and 2nd string 2nd fret. I'm also going to be playing the 3rd string open. So starting off with this bit, I'm playing the bass note, followed by the first 3 strings. Sometimes I play it in that pattern, but you can also just play it all the way through. Okay, so either 6 or 7 times, depending on how you want to play it. It's important that on the last time, we're going to hit the bass note. Okay, so quite easy on the left hand, not too bad on the right hand. From here, for the last part of the bar, we do this little run. Okay, so you're going to release that whole shape. I use my 2nd finger for the first part, which is a slide from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret on the 4th string. Then, once I've done the slide, you want to play open 3rd string to the 1st fret 3rd string. Okay, so that's like that. Then jump that finger up 1 or down 1 to the 4th string, 1st fret. Okay, so that's slide, open 3rd, 1st fret 3rd string, 1st fret 4th string. Then we're going to hit that note there, which is the 5th string on the 4th fret. Okay, so it's just a little pattern. Okay, so for the last part of this section, after you've done that part, we're getting into this shape here, which is kind of similar to the last one we're in. It's just moved up a little bit. So the bass note is now 1 fret up. It's on the 2nd fret relative to the capo. Then, on these first 2 strings, we're now both 1st and 2nd strings are on the 3rd fret. So once you're in that position, you're going to start with the bass note, but also the open 4th string. Play those together. Just makes it sound a little bit nicer. because they're the same note, just an octave apart. Then we're going to be hitting the first 3 strings, same way as we did before. So either 6 or 7 times. At the end, playing that bass note again. Okay, so that part is quite similar, should be quite easy for you, but the next part is kind of difficult. Okay, so it's another kind of scale part that's kind of similar to that section, but we're just kind of stepping up a little bit. So we're starting off same way, got that slide to the open 3rd string. Then, this is where it's going to get different. I've got my first finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then my 2nd finger's up here on the 3rd fret relative to capo on the 5th string. So you want to play those 2 together. Then, moving your first finger up to the 4th string, we're going to pull off there. So that's 2nd fret open on the 4th string. So this bar so far up to this section. So for the next part of this run, we have to come all the way up here to the 7th fret. That's unfortunately the only place we can really play that bass note, because it's down here, so we'd have to go, you know, further back than where the capo is, so it's actually easier to play up here. So that's 7th fret 6th string, we're going to play that with the open 2nd string. Then, as soon as you play those 2, we're coming back down, and we're going to do another slide. This time it's a slide down from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret on the 4th string. Then over the top with your thumb for a bass note, which is on the 2nd fret, 6th string. And you're also going to play the 2nd fret on the 2nd string at the same time. Then, last part here, just add your finger, 3rd finger, up here onto the 4th string, 3rd fret, and you're going to play that one, followed by open 3rd. So you want to make sure you've got a good clearance there, so you're not hitting this open 3rd string. You need to ring out. Okay, so this part is quite fast. There's a lot of quick change. It's just that, basically. Okay, so practice it at that speed first. Okay, so let's practice that entire section. Back from this part. This part works really well if you increase your volume as you're playing the 2nd scaling part. So because then we really can increase the volume in the next section. So it's just a nice gradual increase. Okay, so I really like this next section because you start getting really loud now because we're getting to the end of the song. So it's like a big finish. So this part sounds a bit like this. Okay, so that first chord that I had there, starting off with the 2nd fret, I'm on the 2nd, 3rd, and 6th strings, just like this. But then I'm also adding my 4th finger onto the 2nd string as well, so I've got 2 fingers there. And this one is on the 3rd fret. So we're just starting off with a kind of finger roll on second, third, fourth, and sixth strings. From there, I'm going to take this finger off, and we're going to do a pull off on the second string. We're also going to hit the third and fourth strings with that pull off. So that's second fret to open, and then put that finger back on and hit those three strings again. From there, take your thumb off, move your finger up here to the first fret on the fifth string, and you're just going to do down strums on the fifth and sixth strings. So that's going to be 5 down strums. Then, to get us into the next bar, we're just going to do 2 little hammer-ons here. So that's open third to the second fret, and then open second to the second fret. For the next part, it's very similar, but the melody changes slightly. Okay, so let's just go through this. Starting off on that same chord we had before. Instead of doing that pull-off part, we're going to hit open first. Like that. Then, second, third, and fourth together, twice. Then, take your thumb off, and this fourth finger, and you're going to hit 2, 3, 4, and 6 together. So like that. Then, same again, up to the first fret on the fifth string. Down strums, but only 3 this time. Because we played, the melody was a little bit longer here, so we don't have as much time for those down strums. We're only going to play 3 instead of 5. Then, same again, we're going to play those notes, but this time we're only going to do the first hammer on here, and instead of doing that one, we're going to do that instead. So same notes, but we're taking a slide, and this helps us get up to this area of the guitar faster, rather than doing the hammer on there like before. So what I do here, I do the hammer on there. Then I take my fourth finger that's free up to the fourth fret, third string, and then slide it up to the sixth fret. Okay, so that part, once you get up to here, you're going to move up one more fret, and you're going to put 3 fingers onto the 7th fret, so that's the 3rd string, 4th string, 6th string. Play those together, should sound like that. Then, on the 3rd string, add your first finger just behind your other finger onto the 6th fret, and take that finger off. Play that note, followed by the open 2nd string twice. Then we're playing 3 bass notes and sliding down. Sliding down to here, adding your finger onto the 3rd string, 2nd fret, playing that note, followed by open 2nd. Okay. Okay, so you want to slide down from there to the 2nd fret here. Last part I'll teach in this section. So once you've done this, you're going to get into the same position you are up here, but on the 2nd fret. So that's 2nd fret on the 3rd, 4th, and 6th strings. So you're going to play those strings together. Then take your bottom finger off, play that open 3rd string, then move it up here and play the 3rd string on the 4th fret. from there, we're going to quickly switch to this chord. So I've got 2 fingers held down here. The first one is on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and then also my 4th finger's up here for the bass note, which is the 4th fret on the 6th string. So we're going to play those 2 together. Then, first slide this finger up 1, and play that 3rd fret instead of the 2nd fret. Then move this bass finger up 1. So that's going to be on the 5th fret now instead of the 4th. So starting here, both together on 2nd and 4th, then slide up to the 3rd there, and then the 5th there. Then you're basically doing a big slide on the 5th string all the way up. From, if you can, try and get the 3rd frets not relative to the capo, so try and get behind the capo if you can, just here maybe, and then just slide all the way up. So I'll play that entire section for you. Alright guys, so now we're into the last section of the song. It is one of the hardest, or at least one of the most intimidating to learn. The first section of it sounds a bit like this. Okay, so it starts all the way up here on the 10th fret, 1st and 2nd strings, and open 6th string bass note. I'm going to play those together. Then we're just going to be changing what we're playing on the 1st string. So currently we're on the 10th fret. Lift that finger off and add your 2nd finger onto the 9th fret instead. Play that with the 2nd string. Then same again, we're just going to move down. So put your 1st finger onto the 7th fret and lift your 2nd finger up. Play those 2 strings again, and then add that finger back on to the 9th fret. Take your 1st finger off if you want to, and play those first 2 strings again. Okay, so from there we're getting into a D shape. So we've got our 2 fingers here just where they've always been, and then adding this 1st finger to complete the kind of D shape up here. Once you're in that, you're going to be following this pattern. It's going to be 3, 2, 3, 1 and 6 together. Then we're going to be doing 3, 2, 3 again, but you want to add your finger here. So that's 4th finger on the 2nd string on the 12th fret. Then we're doing 3, 2, 3 again, but it sounds like that. From there, we're going to hit 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's just play that whole section. This is very muscle memory oriented, so it'll just need some repetition, a lot of practice, build up the speed. As usual, just kind of your normal routine. Okay, so for the next section, it's going to sound like this. Okay, slow it down. So we're starting back where we were at this start of the last section, on this 10th fret, 1st and 2nd strings, and the open 6th string bass note. From there, I slide both these fingers up 2 frets to the 12th fret on the 1st and 2nd string, play that, then slide back down just to where I was on the 10th fret, and play that twice. Then drop this finger in behind onto the 9th fret, 1st string, lift this finger up, and play those 2. Then, again, we're making that D shape. Once you're in that, you're going to hit the third string, followed by 1 and 6 together. Then we've got that 3, 2, 3 again with this added finger here on the 12th fret, 2nd string. Like that. So that's 3, 2, 3, and then 1, 3, 2, 1. Just the same as before. Next part. Okay, so starting here, I've got one finger on the 1st string on the 10th fret, and then here I'm on the 7th fret, 6th string with my thumb. It's a little bit awkward to play, but you don't have to be here for too long. We're just going to play those two together. Then slide this finger down 1 to the 9th fret and play that once, and then down here twice. So that's on the 7th fret. Okay, so after you play those notes, you can release that shape. And we're going to follow a similar kind of picking pattern, but this time with open strings. So we're kind of moving down an octave here, back to this section of the guitar. So that's starting off with 4, 3, 4, 2. Then we're doing 4, 3, but that's going to be on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then 4 again, and then 2, 4, 3, 2. So again, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3 on the 2nd fret, 4, 2, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so I'll play through that whole last section for you slowly. Okay, so just to get to the end of the song, we've got this little scale here. It sounds like this. Okay, so this is actually probably my favorite part to play. It's really satisfying because you're like right at the end. It's got that big build up. So getting into this shape. So this is just after you've done this part. We're getting here, okay? So 2 fingers up the top here, 5th string, 1st fret relative to capo, and then 2nd fret on the 6th string. And then I've also got my finger down here on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. Okay, so we're gonna hit 3 and 6 together, then followed by 5, 4, 5, which is going to be a kind of repeating pattern, so just kind of filler notes in between the kind of melody notes. Then we've got the bass note again, 6th string and 2nd string open. Then same again, 5, 4, 5. Then we're adding our 4th finger here onto the 2nd string, 2nd fret. Play that one along with the bass note again, 6th string. Then we're changing our 5, 4, 5 to a 4, 3, 4. So it should sound like that. We're keeping that finger there, our 3rd finger, onto the 3rd string. So it's 4, 3, 4. Then take your 4th finger that's on the 2nd fret and move it up to the 3rd fret on the same string, 2nd string. Same again, we're going to play that with the bass note, followed by 4, 3, 4. Okay, so far, slowly, we've got this. carrying on, we're going to hit the bass note with open first. This time our 4-3-4 becomes a 3-2-3. So that's 3, 2, open, and 3. That third string is still on the 2nd fret. So it's 2nd fret, open, 2nd fret. Then take your first finger off here, because we don't need it there anymore, and we're going to put it down here onto the 1st fret of the 1st string. Play those, the 1st string and the 6th string together, followed by 3, the 3rd string, still on the 2nd fret, open 2nd string, and then 1st string again. Okay, so we're nearly at the end now. At this point, we just get back into this section. If you need a reminder of that, it's covered in part 1. So just make sure you include that open 1st string at the start, after the scaling part. Like that. Once I do get to that section, I'm repeating it 4 times. So 2 more times after that, and then at the end, I just move this finger up here to the 1st fret, 5th string, and do a little strum, just on the 1st, like the 5th and the 6th strings, to end the song. Thank you guys for watching this tutorial. If you did enjoy it, please remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below as well, and I'll see you in the next one.